Mike.
Oh.
Jesus. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I just got the notification from Google Chrome. We're live.
I got to go old school a little bit and bring back the original intro. This goes all the way back to when we first started the show, thinking that it was always going to be a live stream. So now that we're streaming again, I'm super excited to use it every single chance I get.
That was terrible.
What?
The dubstep,
I like the dubstep. What
John,
is
I've got
going
bad
on,
news for you. I don't think it's going to work out.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Starting off the new year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got some difficult news to share.
Oh shit.
You know, we've looked into the we're gonna have to cut some not to cut some corners. We're gonna have to tighten our resources,
Tighten the belt.
and tighten the belt, and
Well,
sharpen our spending.
I mean, that really, it's more of a culture fit problem. I think you're really just not,
I'm just too young.
I'm not getting the family buy. I don't feel like you're committed to the family atmosphere that we have here on the
to the pizza party on Friday.
on the show. I know, it's a problem.
Oh God, yeah. And your absence was noted at yoga. So I'm sorry.
Lunch yoga Thursday.
Yeah. Hey, don't mock. We have that. I have that. I'm not gonna make any further comments than that. But yes, I'm just turning my notifications off because I don't want.
I should do that too.
Do we have IM Pie Test back? We scared him off and told him we'd be back in
I know.
half an hour, and then he left, and we started without him.
That's all right.
So,
he's here.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Welcome back. All right. So, same as last time, we are going to use this opportunity to record our 4 segments for the rest of the week. This will fill our Monday recording obligation. We're going to have our predictions review from 2023 and for 2024. We're going to have Peter's good news from 2023 articles. So we can.
Yeah.
He forces us to be positive one day a year.
Oh, I don't know if I'm even going to manage it myself. But,
So we're going to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Then what are we going to do after that? We're going to do, a reaction video to the enshittification of the internet, Cory Doctorow presentation from a couple months ago. It's really good. I think you'll like it. And then some conspiracy video reactions to TikTok.
Which I'm looking forward to. You said that after you did the last deep dive into TikTok conspiracy world, your TikTok For You page is now
It did.
100% conspiracy movies.
Well, so I did it differently this time. What I actually did is I created a TikTok account for the show.
Wow.
And used that to look at all the conspiracy videos. So all of our together liked videos, you're welcome, are going to be all like conspiracy stuff. And
you click like on a few, did you? Just to
for sure. Yeah.
Solidify it. Okay.
Well, that's how I bookmarked them so I could load them for today.
Isn't there like a save or a bookmark feature?
I think that's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Like
I don't know.
On YouTube, there's a save thing or a bookmark. Or whatever.
I just like everything that TikTok shows me, so I never really get that far into it.
Good. Okay. Yep.
It's just my default position. If TikTok shows it to me, it's because I like it. That's all I need to know.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that way around makes it probably easier, really, if you just assume that everything you're being shown is something you'll like.
Yeah. And if I sometimes feel like maybe I don't like it, I really have to look inside and ask myself, what does TikTok see in me that I'm not seeing in myself?
Do you know yourself? I mean, do you really think that you know yourself better than an algorithm? That's that. And I think the answer is always going to be no. You don't.
No. How could you?
There are things about yourself which the algorithm knows, which even you don't know.
I'm sure that's true. Certainly that's true. Certainly that's true. Okay.
All these videos about My Little Pony that I've been seeing recently, I think it's made me question a lot of things that I'm coming to terms with in this new year. I feel like I'm ready for it.
Why
And I
is
don't think
TikTok
we are,
showing you My Little Pony? Is that the question?
Yeah,
Are you a brony?
I think I might be. Apparently,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
yeah.
Cool.
But I'm okay with that. I'm
All right,
fine with that.
All right. All right. Should we start our show?
Come on then. Let's do some record. Let's
All right.
podcast, guys.
So what do we
Let's-
do? We
let's
record the intro, then I play the little tippy tappy keyboard thing. We do the show, and then I play the dancing robot, and that ends up being our recording. Oh, so I actually
Do you
do
wanna
have
do
to
the
remember.
intro?
This
do
was
intro
the
first, right?
No, we do the intro. So here's what I'm missing. I need to turn on the recording indicator to show that we are not recording. All right. Now I'm remembering how we do the show.
Yeah. It's been at least a week since we've done it.
A week. Yeah.
But seriously though, I'm confused. Do you want us to do the intro at the beginning?
Yeah, we'll do the intro first. Once I'll press record. We'll do the intro.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'll play the typey tap thing.
Yeah.
We'll do the show. Then I'll play the dancing robot when we're done, and then I'll stop recording.
The first one is the good news.
The first one is the predictions.
Predictions. Yes.
We could do good news first. Do you want to do good news first?
No, let's do predictions.
Yeah, I think predictions are the July 1st thing.
Yeah,
Okay. So here we go. We are going to go live for our intro right.
In 5. Wait, hang on. 5.
Go ahead.
Here we go. Yeah. 5, 4.
Oh, wait.
I get confused with the fingers. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
right.
It's that time of year again.
Yes, it is January the 1st, 2024, and we're doing predictions on our not so accurate updates. Like and subscribe for the whole year for more of our wonderful and accurate armchair opinions from 3 highly trained professionals in the world
So
of
trained.
entertainment and
News.
news.
Way to land that plane, Peter.
Yeah. To land that plane.
All right. So I do have clips for the predictions from last year. There was a little bit of debate on Discord, which everybody should come and join our Discord server. Some really interesting conversations over there. You have the opportunity to submit topics, articles for us to talk about. Great community over there, very active, lots of people. We weren't sure we had done a predictions video last year, but we did. And so I'm going to start with the easiest prediction to my mind, which is one of mine.
Okay. Is it accurate by any chance? Go on.
It turns out that it was. If it loads. Awesome.
We have spent a little
awesome.
while getting
What is
audio
happening
working
now?
recently,
Any
and we were
minute
just
now.
it was just working.
Wow, this
Like,
is
perfectly.
Any second.
And
Yeah.
then,
This is actually
Oh,
our
here we
first
go.
show back with John and with Peter, all 3 of us together in the new year.
and she walk.
And I had thought, maybe hoped you forgot about that thing.
No. She walk is right there.
At any rate,
so that was my prediction that Peter would forget about the Ewok, and he has.
Wow. And he did. Oh my
Oh,
god, it's so true.
I think we're gonna revisit. Good. I'm glad I brought it up. So now we'll have this back.
Their name is G-Walk.
She walked the Ewok.
It's
Yeah,
like nothing ever happened.
Still right here.
Like nothing ever happened. All right. So we'll do Peter's last because he's usually the most prescient.
Yeah.
I had one prediction. Let's see if I can load that one.
Like
I
laying
do
into
think,
one. Yeah.
so Peter, you talk about in a later episode this week about the labor movement, labor issues in the UK kind of coming to a head. I think we're going to see something like that in the US. on the
Okay.
labor front. I
Okay.
think the quiet quitters,
Massive.
the quiet
Yeah,
general strike.
hirers, and the quiet firers are all going to get together and have some quiet protests and work all their
Oh,
differences
God.
out. I think they could have a lot of ability to work together there somehow. I'm not sure what the connection is,
Okay.
but there might be something there.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I
So,
call that a win.
oh, you do?
Yeah.
Really? I
Yeah,
thought
no,
it was
I
a
think-
miss. Why? How do we call that a win?
No,
Win
no.
or
I
miss?
I think the huge strikes all across America were a form of protest.
What
Mhm.
From
strikes?
people who were SAG-AFTRA and
Oh.
the
Oh.
motor union, the auto union. And,
Oh, that's true. The auto
um,
union, SAG-AFTRA, the writers union.
There was another one as well that I forget. It was on John Oliver. I remember, but he mentioned
Interesting.
this one more. So I think
I guess
that
I meant
the-
more of a general. My intent was more of a general labor strike,
Yeah.
which didn't
That's
happen.
what I-
But I think Peter's
Close
got a point
enough.
here.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
mean, it was-
I'll accept a pizza for that.
Half.
Yeah,
half
yeah,
a pizza.
Just send me your
Half
address.
a pizza. Only one topping.
All right. All
All
right.
right.
So let's see how John did.
And it wasn't just SAG-AFTRA; it was the screenwriters and the actors. So
I'm gonna say
You ready?
yeah, sorry.
So here's John's prediction.
one major country, so like Canada, United States, the UK, will put out strong, modern crypto regulation.
okay.
Oh.
Now see, no.
And you're
I
you're
think you're
talking
wrong.
about like cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
So you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
I don't know.
I forgot that we had this.
Oh, we don't have
Yeah.
the beep, but I hope you.
God, we don't have that anymore. Don't you fucking dare pull that up right now because I'm going to talk about crypto. Ooh.
I don't have it loaded
All right.
anymore on the soundboard.
And what's insane is it's not regulation, but it sort of is. So a bunch of investment firms just filed with the SEC to have crypto ETFs. They're looking to get approved in the next week. So like I kind of missed it. It's like I would say I'd give myself a half point, but it's
No.
in this year. It's 2024. So
Again, there was something that we didn't really talk about very much because it's really boring. But the EU has adopted a comprehensive and innovative regulatory framework on markets and crypto assets. The MiCA.
oh, so I was right.
in
really?
June 2023 that will regulate crypto asset markets. The
Okay.
regulation focuses
Then
on
John gets it.
coins,
Serve up
which are
two toppings.
and it's coming in 2024, but they have adopted the framework this year. So
But it was from the
it's,
EU,
yeah.
not from a major country.
I know that I'd give them half pizza for that. Yeah. It would,
Fine.
no, do you know what? The thing about predictions is that if you're sort of right in spirit, I think
Okay,
that's
all right.
good enough.
That's enough for a pizza.
right.
Okay.
You get stuffed crust if you fucking nail it. Like
Right. Yeah.
Well, let's see what kind of a spin Peter can put on John's other prediction.
We're going to see a major supply chain attack. And that
Okay.
could dribble down into cars, right? So let's say Toyota gets hacked,
Didn't we
and
just
then
have
they
one?
get all their fucking cars ransomware, all
Yeah,
their
I like the word
2022,
dribble.
2023 cars ransomware, or what we saw with what was it called? The oil.
Colonial
Um,
fucking idiot.
The pipeline.
Yeah, exactly.
Colonial pipeline. Colonial pipeline.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
it's
So,
like,
When you
Yeah.
when you say supply chain attack, are you referring to the Colonial Pipeline? Is the one you were talking about?
Life
Are you
restarts
referring
people.
to an attack on the supply chain, or are you talking about attack executed on a company via their downstream vendors? Upstream vendors. Like an infrastructure attack.
Upstream, because it has to be like the Kaseya hack is a perfect example.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we actually did it.
So I wasn't sure which your final prediction was, but Peter will probably find a way to give you credit either way.
No, this time
Oh.
I can't think of anything decent. This might be my
What?
ignorance, but I don't remember any big headlines about.
Yeah.
We
No.
had one just now.
What?
What was it then? In the last
What the
today? It's 2024.
No, not today. Oh my god.
Okay.
How do I keep missing the name for this? I know, but it exists. I'm telling you.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
right.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Hold on.
We'll
Give
all
me a
remember
minute.
it. When John's like, "Oh, it's this word." That's how it is when I watch. Make my wife watch the show with me each evening.
Shit. No, fuck. I think John's actually right. The Move It one with
Move It.
the
Thank you.
FP transfer
Move It.
thing.
Move It is right. Yes. Move It is right. Thank you, Peter.
Was that a supply chain attack? Though?
Yes, it definitely was.
Yeah, it was.
Did it?
Oh God. Okay.
At the risk of chronosing myself again, did it affect people?
Yeah, it was huge.
Oh, that's right. A lot of people got paid late again.
Yeah.
Banks couldn't do transfers. Payrolls were delayed. Oh, that's right.
Exactly. I don't know if that was the Move It specific, but like Move It, it's a huge supply chain.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Stuff crust.
John gets it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Now we're on to.
I normally do scores, but not this.
Well,
time.
I think we said a half. John gets 1.5.
Paita says Move It was not a supply chain attack. Hold on.
Oh, come on. Let's figure it out later. Sorry. A Move It supply chain attack. 3CX was the kind of big one. Okta supply chain attack. I don't.
I mean, do you consider the Kaseya hack a supply chain attack?
Not really.
Right? Like, do we need to go look up the definition of a supply chain hack?
No, let's not do it. Okay, we can debate this off recording. Let's go. Half a piece.
Yes, I know the EU is made up of major countries.
Yeah.
Hold on. Before we move on, it's just one sentence because I think it's very important to define this. And so I get my pizza. A supply chain attack is a cyber attack that seeks to damage an organization by targeting less secure elements in the supply chain, right? So one part of that supply chain can be file servers.
Right. I don't know. Supply chain, typically you'd think of like the Kaseya hack was a upstream vendor, as you clarified in the prediction. So I think I'm going to retract half a pizza for that.
Okay, listen, just because.
All right. No, the final determination was made by Anpaitas. John is right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Done.
So let's look at some of Peter's predictions.
Oh God. I did not do well.
Oh, wait, what happened? I'm loading it in the wrong window. Let me load it here.
Okay.
I think there's going to be two specific predictions. I think there's going to be a huge IoT cybersecurity incident. And it's going to start. I think it's going to. I think what's going to happen is that there will be some massive headlines all over the CNN and BBC and whatever.
Massive headlines.
And everyone will go, oh my God, we've got all these devices plugged in everywhere that are basically little Linux machines and they're completely fucking insecure. And then nothing is going to change. Absolutely.
Well, you were half right.
Well, yeah. I want to point out before we continue that about March or April, I officially gave up on predicting anything. Because I made a few predictions and they sort of like didn't come true, but like the opposite came true that I thought might happen. So yeah.
I was thinking about this one though, and I was trying to think like what could be a IoT attack that would make headlines, because we already carry.
We had one a couple of years ago.
Anything, cars, fridges, somebody holding fridges to ransom. It could be one of those ransomware gangs that are like currently holding, Lockbit or Lapsus or I don't know, one of the new ones, the dark, I forget the name, but they're the ones with customer services departments.
Remember the Mirai botnet?
No, Mirai botnet was an IoT device. Mirai is one of the longest living pieces of malware in existence, actually. It started off targeting Linux IoT devices, and it spread through that. It was like password stuffing or something like that. And it's evolved since then. There's several different generations of it. I don't think it's really IoT focused anymore, but it's still around.
But it was, right? The story, that's what, to answer Mike's question, was there ever a thing like this? Yes, the Mirai botnet takedown of the quarter of the web is probably the biggest example.
I'm surprised nothing actually happened. I'll be honest. Mike, what do you want to say?
So that was an IoT attack. Took down a quarter of the web. And what was the problem? It made headlines. People just didn't realize it was IoT. Nobody cares.
That was in 2018. That's right. It wasn't last year.
It was just a DDoS attack.
Yeah.
Basically, still.
But the DDoS, the Mirai thing wasn't last year, though, was it?
No, I'm not saying. But
year? I thought he
just
said historic.
If it's this kind of okay, so I guess it fits the pattern of everybody freaks out and then doesn't do anything. So you were just saying the same thing that happened in 2018 would happen again in 2022. Conceptually,
honestly, I was thinking it would be more, conceptually. I mean, you're trying to give me a pass it, but or give me, an opening. But no,
because what I was trying to figure out is we carry always on microphones around in our pockets all the time. Yeah. We have Alexas all over the place recording our private conversations. What could happen that people would actually be surprised by and be like, "Oh my God, my light switch stopped working." What could even be big enough that anybody would care? We don't care about any of it already.
Genuinely thought it would be something like all cars would refuse to open unless a ransom was paid.
Well, this was a separate prediction.
Oh yeah, the EV thing, which I also got completely wrong.
I got to find a better way to do this.
Any minute now.
So guys, have a good weekend.
Here we go. Right now. All right, I'm going to try again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mine too. Great.
Yep. Here we go. Right now.
Oh, here it comes.
Yep.
Whoa, okay.
3, 2, 1,
and go.
All right. At any rate, Peter's prediction was that there would be a ransomware. No, it didn't.
It started.
It would be a ransomware attack on vehicles, which also didn't come true.
Yeah.
So I think we give Peter no pizzas.
I got half a pizza for the first one. All farts.
Then they say yes, warehouses full of farts. Good.
Oh,
good.
Wow. They probably actually could turn that information into figuring out what people ate and the distribution of different kinds of food throughout the country and weaponize it somehow. Perhaps by putting 5G.
They could hash farts.
It does remind me, though. I did catch up on Letterkenny over the weekend. Did you watch it?
No, I did not. Yeah, no.
Oh, it's pretty good. It was a nice wrap up to the series. It was season 12.
Oh, it's the final season.
Series finale. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I liked it. Also, Shorzy season 2. I caught up on.
I haven't been watching.
Yeah,
it didn't really call my name.
Yeah, me too. Shorzy didn't get into. I didn't know that was the last one though.
It is.
I will have to go back. I think I've got 2 seasons to watch.
Oh, nice.
I also have 11 and 12.
To be fair.
Yeah. I stopped at 10.
To be fair. Yeah.
All right.
The reason I thought of it is because they did mention the reboot of Fart Book.
Oh,
that's right.
There was some discussion about that. Okay, 2024 predictions. What have we got?
Right. John,
I didn't write a single one, so go ahead.
Right. I think this is what I wrote. 2024 will be the year of more of the same. That's basically my prediction. I don't think that much. I think AI will continue to dominate. Skynet will probably get turned on in the most banal way possible. And people will go, "Oh, cool, Skynet, yeah, cool. All right, killer robots. Oh, I hope Amazon's delivery is going to get here on time." Twitter will be rebranded to Twitter. And
that's actually such a good prediction.
Elon will continue just finding new and innovative ways to just break it entirely. Nothing much is really going to change, and I'm okay with that. It's going to be pretty rubbish. We're going to do an episode on good news in a minute, or tomorrow if you're watching the recorded version. And I have just lost the will to live personally, because I was looking for good news about 2023, and I just I think this is 2023 is the year that my soul was finally crushed.
Really? I feel like I found some good news for 2023.
I'm so apathetic about 2024. I just don't see anything changing, anything dramatic.
Okay. John,
what do you think?
Come up with anything, John? You're just passing this year.
I don't know. Another war.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is what I say, right? So when the Ukraine thing happened, it was like, oh my god, this is crazy. Big Russia is invading Ukraine, and then the Israel-Hamas thing happened, and it was big news. Yeah. But like when the next one comes along, we're just going to be like, oh god, another one. Like,
so John,
like it's passe.
Do you mean another war? In addition to like Israel and Palestine right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so we will have Ukraine, China, Israel, and someplace else.
I think it's going to be like China invades Taiwan.
Okay. Okay.
Venezuela invades that no-name country I've never heard of up until I heard about it in the news.
All right.
You guys know what this? Yeah.
Nope. Okay. So mine, I think, is along the lines of
or something. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so my first one is along the lines of what another Jay says. I think there's going to be a major confrontation over misinformation and content moderation on social media platforms, and because I think it's gonna kind of come to a head because 2024 will be an presidential election year. And so I think the closer we get to that.
So true.
Oh, okay.
Another J.
Yeah. All right. I mean, okay. Let's see how you do next year in 12 months if we're still around.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think there's definitely going to be, I don't know if it's legislation or legal or like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like something's really going to come to a head. Although I was also wondering today, what happened to all the let's ban TikTok conversation? That all seems to have just kind of disappeared.
I don't know. You're right.
I actually think if I'm going to add on one more, I think
cool.
TikTok's going to get put back onto the hot seat this year.
Oh, you had what about a major social network disappearing, didn't you?
Yeah, totally fucking that didn't happen.
That didn't happen, but I think it could happen this year, and no one's going to care.
But I'm not going to predict.
It'll fizzle out. This is the thing. Everything bad has happened. Like maybe climate change will up another notch. We'll have another war. We don't have any good predictions, whatever they are, right?
Make a Chad prediction. I'm predicting an alien invasion.
Yeah, okay. He's saying war and disease is nothing. Anybody can predict that. You're going to be right every time.
Another COVID, right? Like that's another Tuesday.
No, I like it. I like the challenge.
So, okay, before we end.
Oh, I do have one to go back to. I'm going to take one more shot before we end. So,
animal testing will be done. We will discover a way to create the first immortal mouse.
Okay, I'm not writing these down anymore, Peter. You're going to have to go back and grab them.
I'm going to go with first human clone 2024.
Okay. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, so my second one was my second real one. Was that we would see a major breakthrough in self-driving technology, either in the technology itself or a major manufacturer having more widespread adoption.
That hasn't already happened?
No. Well, we've got Tesla, but I think it's self-driving. I think it's really gonna. Yeah, we're going to see some advancements there. Okay, so one more to close out the show. I'll take one more attempt at playing one from last year. Let's see how we did. Silence until it loads.
Okay. I'm just going to meditate for a minute. Sorry. This is a good time.
I think this I think this must happen because of the screen sharing that I'm doing, because I never have problems with YouTube loading.
You've upgraded to like gigabit.
Yeah, don't you have like fiber, bro? What are you doing?
Yeah. I know. I don't think it's going to load. Okay, so the prediction is like there's something wrong with this. This is crazy. Yeah, my internet just straight up doesn't work.
Pause and play. Can you like press play?
That's
pause and play. Okay. Wow.
Nothing. I am PyTest says it's. Oh,
Let's
here we go.
hit 10K subscribers this year. Let's turn it around, guys. Come on.
I'm going to double down on 2,500. I think 2,500
I'm
is a
doubling down
solid
on
number.
10K.
Oh shit! Wow. Okay,
I'm
I'll tell you what.
triple
I
down.
will instead say that we will reach 1,000. Oh, so
Okay.
close.
Not far off.
Womp womp.
We were so close. We're
I'm going
currently
back.
at 735.
Yeah,
Mhm.
10K though. I think 10K. This is the year for 10K.
For
This is
sure.
the year of
Wow.
the Linux desktop.
You're aiming for
and
10,000
10K.
2024.
Absolutely.
You know, that's possible. Anything's possible. Yeah.
It's gonna happen, guys. You've got to believe. It's the American
Sure.
way.
Yeah.
Everybody can achieve their dreams through hard
Or
work and
what about you? What do you
prayer.
think? You got a
Bootstraps. We need to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps and get more viewers.
number? What do you
Yeah,
think,
that's
Greg?
it.
What are we hitting?
Bootstraps.
I'm not.
2024.
Am I going to
What
guess
number? Throw it out.
2,500 for the third year in a row? Sure.
And
Yeah.
because of so I'll tell you what, I'm gonna predict that we hit 1,000 subscribers in 2024.
That's
Nice.
lazy, man. That's just lazy. All right. I'm going 10K still. I reckon. I believe, man. I believe.
Another Jay's on board with immortal animals and human clones. All right. That is segment
Not
number
wanting to
one
give
in the
you-
can.
Mike, not wanting to give you just one more technical thing to be responsible for, but can we get the timer? Is that an option?
Yeah, cool, sure. Sure.
Got so much going on.
I know. Can
You
you? I don't think you know how many things I'm juggling here right now. Yeah, but let me get right on that, Peter. Sure.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Wait, can I grab something to drink? Is that okay?
yeah, go.
Yeah, go for it.
Immortal animals. I think that's not far off. I think it could happen. I think we're doing research on shit like that, right? We've got that guy. I forget his name. The billionaire. We talked about him a while ago. It's like injecting himself with his son's blood and taking 130 pills a day and stuff like that. And he's making it all open data as well, which is pretty cool. So I think he could be helping us out. Maybe it'll be immortal humans. I don't know. I also heard on a chat show that a baby born today in one of the like UK or US has a 99.9% chance of surviving, and they would be expected to live to 100 years old. And within 20 years, the average life expectancy will probably be 150, which is bonkers, really, right? It's crazy. So that's cool. What do you think?
I feel like they've been predicting for a long time that like the average lifespan people born today are going to live to be 200 years old.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that long ago. Didn't we see a drop in life expectancy for the first time in many years?
In the US, maybe, not in worldwide, I would have thought.
What's the difference? I don't understand.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot that you have American brain. Oh my God. Fucking hell, man. All right. I genuinely, this year has, yeah. I was thinking about moving to America. Do you think
Really?
I'd be welcome? Yeah.
Sure. Well,
Yeah, I've always said absolutely no to that.
yeah. I mean, when they complain about immigrants, they're not complaining about your kind of immigrants.
Did you know that was part of it? Like someone pointed out, there was some story about immigration and all the Mexicans or South Americans or something. Oh, there was a big train of people going to the Mexican border from like Honduras and
we call it the caravan.
Caravan.
Yes.
Train, sorry.
Yes.
And then someone in the comments said, "When was the last time you heard about a European getting deported for illegal immigration?" I think never. I've never.
No. Yeah. It's not even thinly veiled racism. It's like ridiculous. Oh, but this is not the not so political podcast today.
Yeah. Sorry. But we're not recording, so we're just.
That's true.
It's a live
Just putting it out live for all the internet to see.
Just waiting for John to come.
Waiting for John to get back.
Live stream.
Sure.
I mean, you couldn't
Coffee
wait
break.
one episode.
I mean, you did wake up in time to come record with us, so it is asking a lot. Oh, he's back.
He
I'm back.
Oh, we just can't see him. He's putting up his pants.
Technical difficulties that I'm
Technical difficulties.
The coffee maker.
Yeah, exactly.
Soon as you're ready, John.
Yeah, any minute now. Hold on.
Anytime now.
Any minute now.
Just trying to figure this out, you know.
No, when we do hit 10K subscribers, this kind of behavior is not going to be tolerated anymore.
By who?
By whom?
How does this look? Oh, that's
that's
I need to
perfect.
move.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, which way?
Keep going in that direction. Get your good side.
Mirrored.
All right.
This isn't bad. Yeah, much
So
better.
next we're doing
The enshittification of the internet. Oh, good news.
Oh.
Yeah. No, you're right. Good news. Okay. Ready? So we'll do the intro. I'll play the typey thing. We'll do the show.
Who's doing the intro?
You are.
Oh, okay.
All right, ready? Count us in, Peter.
We got 4. I can't, whatever. Hi guys, welcome to today's episode of the Not So Critical Update, and today we're going to be talking about good news from 2023, which is going to be a little depressing for me personally, and has been researching this episode because it's not really been all that good, in my opinion.
Come on, Peter.
Anyway,
it'll be okay, big guy.
Yeah.
Low.
Yeah.
I guess I'm surprised that you had so much trouble with this. You mentioned you in trying to prep for the show, because I tried to go through and just think of a handful of things that I thought were good news from the past year, and I got 6, 7, 8.
Really?
Yeah. Did you come up with any?
Before you list them,
Yeah.
I'm going to predict that most of them are course corrections on terrible things. That I don't know, infant mortality rate is a bit better in one of the countries where it's really bad.
Wow.
Or,
you're really down on 2023.
I was looking for good news lists.
Could you have come up with anything, or am I carrying this entire episode?
Well,
I assume John didn't research any.
Not a thing.
No, I mean, I did research for it, but I didn't write any of it down because it was all just like, all of it was just women have the first woman president in some sort of place. I don't know. Glass ceiling has been shattered in one country. Shared parental leave in the first African country. I don't know, things like this. Hang on, let me go and find the list.
I think we just did our predictions episode yesterday, and I don't think anybody would have predicted that I would be the one to cheer everyone up with good news from 2023.
Correct. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have predicted
All right,
that.
so, and maybe you don't count these, but I thought we had some really good news about, I thought ChatGPT was great news in 2023. Does that count?
I mean, it wasn't 2023 though, was it? It was like 2022 that it came out.
But all the breakthroughs in LLMs, that's like, I thought that was spectacular in 2023.
I mean, it was kind of cool. I just didn't want to class it as good news. I mean, it could equally be the downfall of humanity. So, we don't know yet. It's kind of exciting.
All right. Yeah. What about the AR and VR breakthroughs that we covered in the past year?
Another Jay. He had a good year. Or they had a good year. Sorry. Pardon me.
I would say they had a mixed year.
A great year. What? Sorry. Well, who are you answering?
Who's they? Who are you answering for?
OpenAI.
Oh. Yeah. Their CEO.
Well, just because there was also bad news in the air doesn't mean that there wasn't good news.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
Okay.
And this is supposed to be the good news episode. That's the point.
Right. Before you get started, Mike, here's what I'm talking about. I found the list that I was looking through. 100 positive news stories from 2023, right? So underneath the health.
That's just general good news, Peter. That's not tech news.
Well, yeah, no.
He couldn't even go that deep and find anything he liked. I think it's his
From
point.
the tech world, Jesus Christ, that's just like a dumpster fire of bad news, isn't it? I mean, did you really feel all that there was anything good that came out technically?
Bobby Kotick's out at Activision Blizzard.
Oh my god!
With a $500 million fucking golden parachute.
Oh my god! Yeah. There's no making you happy.
That just impresses me.
All right.
At least he's out, Peter.
Yeah. The Molvad raid in Sweden.
The Molvad raid was a great moment for privacy.
This is, I guess, maybe I just see these things as signs of shitty things happening.
Wow.
Like, yeah, but we're living in a boring dystopia, Peter, so you have to look at the good things.
That's what I'm saying. I'm finding it hard to do that. Sexual offences law updated in the Netherlands. The Netherlands amended its sexual offences law to recognise that sex without consent is rape. I mean, it just makes me think, how the fuck did we get to 2023 with that being the case? Here's the next one. Fighting against there's another Netherlands one. I think this might be a Dutch person writing this. First green container ship. Denmark launched the world's first green container ship. I mean, that's kind of good news, but it means that there's thousands and thousands of other container ships which are just ruining the climate.
I mean, we know that. But like now we've taken the first step in green.
Yeah. I don't think the problem here is the headlines, Peter.
Every single one was a reminder of how shitty things actually are.
Wait, but things aren't that shitty.
And
we're sitting thousands of miles apart talking in real time.
Yeah, the internet's great. That happened in fucking 1985, man.
No,
great.
No.
And nothing good has happened since
then. Yeah, it's a bunch of good things have happened, Peter. You're just being a little pessimist.
Like I said, I think 2023 is the year that my soul was finally crushed.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I lost all sense of positivity.
And hopefully 2024 will bring you
more of the same. That's all that's going to happen. More of the same.
2024 will bring you happiness.
What about
2025 is as positive. I'm willing to maybe something good will happen there. Anyway, Mike, go on. Yeah.
What about how Threads and Blue Sky completely overthrew the social media landscape to unseat Facebook and Twitter as leading platforms?
Here's a sign of how bad things have gotten, right? Here's a sign, right? The beginning of last year, 2023, I was a staunch anti-Meta person, anti-Facebook. Oh God, they're the worst. They suck up all the data vampires, and it's just capitalism, surveillance capitalism, terrible people. I have since started an Instagram account. And I'm seriously considering moving from Twitter to Threads. What the fuck was going on? Like, how has that happened? It's not good. It's all I can say.
It's not great.
No,
not great.
It's not.
I like it.
I don't like it at all. I don't like it. Why have I got to? How has Threads turned out to be more wholesome than Twitter? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Musk is the answer.
A Nazi rally is more wholesome than Twitter.
Well, now,
the current state of Twitter. I mean, it's tough. Let me tell you.
Name one thing that's less wholesome than Twitter.
I don't now, but like it used to be my little home on the internet. It used to be where I log in and feel comfortable and cozy and like, oh, there's my mates, there's my cybersecurity buddies and talking about DNS and weird cool things. And now they're all gone and it's just a bunch of trolls and bots. And now I think Threads has got people talking on it about, I don't know, innocent things. So, Mike,
I'm trying to get this thing up on the screen. For some reason, I'm lagging, but Ian Pytest says Threads actually has content moderation, which I think is key.
Well, yeah. That could be it.
What else do I have? Oh, the entrenchment of work from home. Good news from 2023.
Right. Okay. All right. That is
more
good.
Of a battle, really, but yes.
Now he's being the
Look, there's always a downside.
It was hard
Sure, I hear you.
Like, and so many people lost the fight too, and were forced back into the office for no fucking reason.
But the pendulum has swung to our side.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. No, okay, I'll give you that one. It was quite good, actually. Yeah. I think that's definitely a thing. Although it's still not as complete a victory as I would have hoped.
Yeah, if you enjoy this kind of gloom and doom conversation that leaves you really wondering why go on living, you really should like and subscribe to the show. It's like the right word. Maybe you don't like the show, but maybe you just don't hate it. So you click the thumbs up button with no implication of it making you happier.
Yeah. All right. Okay. What else you got, Mike? Anything else?
That's I mean, I felt like I was pretty happy with my list that I came up with, but I'm sorry that I let you guys down. We'll hope that 2024 is a better year if we're still here by the end of it.
Now I feel bad. No, I just genuinely feel. Oh, I'm sorry.
What a banger.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to do I'm going to try a new editing method this week and see if I can do some multicam scene switching to make the show a little more visually appealing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Do you record all of us?
That's what I'm trying this week. I'm going to see if I've been trying to keep an eye on it because I have some fear that it's going to completely crash my computer, but so far so good. And we'll see what happens. So I'm going to experiment with that. And depending on how that goes, for the next week, we may end just talking over GTA 5 gameplay.
I heard that GTA 5 has made $30 billion in the last 10 years, which is insane, right?
And people still make fun of the industry.
Why release a new game?
Also, I only found out this a couple of months ago, but like the video games industry is like 4 times the size of the music and video film industry put together. It's bonkers.
Yeah.
Like
disproportionately big. Like
my
the internet. Wow.
My conversations just caught up after we stopped recording, so sorry about that, guys. The internet and its consequences have been a disaster for humanity. Totally agree. It's only going to get worse. Threads content moderation mentioned that.
I'd say,
it's important to silence our enemies. Don't let the Threads is better. It's important to silence your enemies. Don't let the so-called free speech people tell you otherwise. Yes, agreed.
Speech people.
Very good.
Oh, Very and good. A request for us to dance instead of the dancing robot. No.
No.
Not going to happen.
Robot. I don't know why you guys fucking love this dancing guy.
What?
I love it.
I love the music.
What I like about it, it's specifically designed for the YouTube end cards, and it's placed perfectly so that it doesn't overlap with the subscribe button in the bottom left and the 2 cards on the right.
Too much about that.
Oh boy.
Did you pay for that licensing?
Oh boy. Yes, John, I did. Oh my God. What would this show be if John was the producer?
Oh God. It would be a Discord chat. It would be a video Discord type probably
that he never visited.
That's literally, do you know how I do the show with Peter? I put him in a no-name server. He's like in a room without any walls.
Oh man.
Just 4 walls. I throw him into a fucking no-name server. Okay, and I say, turn your camera on and let me do some testing. And he just sits there for 10 minutes while I get the windows right. You don't know how good we have it. I can't even show him like the articles. Like he has to have it separately. It's so great.
Oh man. Hey, Deb made it. Deb the polar bear. Polar bear plunge today. That sounds terrible. Polar bear plunge, man. God bless you.
Polar bear plunge, like jumping into ice water. That sounds awful.
The video game industry is about to have another collapse like it did in the 90s. I don't agree with that's a great prediction, actually. I think we should include Deb's prediction in next year's roundup, like review, but like I don't think that's going to happen.
This is another J.
Oh, sorry, another J. Yeah. Sorry, include another J's. I don't know which pronoun to use, but anyway, their prediction in next year's review.
Oh.
I think I don't know. It's going to be a lot of remakes and stuff, isn't there? Reboots and.
So I was actually looking. It's funny that they said that because I was looking yesterday on new games coming out for 2024, and oh my god, it is not looking good, you guys.
Yeah,
we're talking. It's real low.
Yeah, but 2023 was amazing. I mean, amazing and terrible as well. Like, who would have thought a whole studio would go bust because of one game?
Wait, who?
What's that one that came out recently? The one that was waiting for the survival extraction survival thingy. Fantastic went bust.
What game?
Oh god, now I'm gonna have to do it live, and we're not even live. Hang on.
We're literally live.
Technically, we are live. Yeah.
Oh right. The day before it's called, and they shut down.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. That was crazy.
Yeah, they released this game that was basically just full of bugs. It had been like in development since 2015. They raised $31 million in Kickstarter funds or something. Completely overpromised it, and it was just a massive disaster. It wasn't fun. It wasn't enjoyable. It was full of bugs. The servers shut down. It was like an early access game, and they were charging $40 or something for it. Yeah. And Steam did like a forced refund to every customer. It was an involuntary refund. Yeah, and
I'm with Deb on
Baldur's Gate, so
yeah, and Gollum and King Kong.
Oh my god, Gollum!
All right, guys.
Gate, yeah, we can do a whole episode.
You want to do another show?
Go on.
Sure.
All right. Let me start Peter's timer.
Thank you. I can't see it now, but yeah, there we go.
I still can't see it.
Be able to see it. I can't, but you know.
I'll wait till you guys stop criticizing to continue. let me know when you're ready.
Dangling the carrot here, or which is the carrot or the stick?
Oh my gosh.
Thanks, Mike. We've got a timer now. Nobody can see it, but I mean,
I
can
see the timer.
Yeah.
That's the point. Is just for you guys to see it. All right, here we go. I'm not even waiting for a countdown. We're going. Oh, is Peter doing the intro again today too? You guys are getting me wound up.
I'm sorry, Mike. Sorry, Mike.
Do you know what episode we're doing, Peter?
Would you kindly do this
No.
shitification? Oh, almost so close.
I'm off camera.
We some sort of reaction videos.
We're gonna watch a video of Cory Doctorow's presentation at DEF CON 31. This is from like September, October timeframe about the enshittification of the internet, which is super good. You're at that event?
No, I got it right. That's what I was going to say.
Oh. Sure. So it's a really good video, and I definitely recommend watching the whole thing. Did you guys look at it, or is this a cold reaction?
Oh yeah, no.
I
watched the whole thing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Cool. So his premise is that basically the internet is a mess, and he actually provides a few legitimate, like, tangible things that we could look at to address the situation. Let's see if I can load the video to get the setup here.
Platform sits between those two different groups and mediates between them.
You can't see it.
Do you remember when we said that the internet was going to disintermediate everything? It did disintermediate everything, and then it promptly reintermediated everything. Platforms are just intermediaries. Now, here's how a platform dies. First, it's good to its users. Then, it abuses those users to make things better for business customers. Finally, it abuses the business customers to claw back all the value that had once been allocated to those end users and then to those business customers, allocates it to themselves, and then there's no value left. It turns into a pile of shit and it dies.
The sooner the better. So it's go ahead, Peter.
Yeah, go on. No. He's got a point.
Yeah, the argument that he lays out is they get users, and I think he kind of talks through this whole thing, but they get users with promises of privacy and connection to loved ones. So people join, and then they benefit from the network effect. So they get their friends and neighbors to join. And then they're kind of locked in with each other because of a high switching cost. Then Facebook goes to the advertisers and says, hey, we've got all these people. We lied about privacy to them, but do you want to show them ads? And the advertisers say, sure. But then they go to the publishers and say, hey, we lied about showing people content they would subscribe to. Do you want to show them content? And then they take away publishers' ability to link to the outside. So now everybody's locked in. And he describes it as a situation where we're all holding each other hostage and responding by taking more hostages.
Okay, he's 100% right. This is 100% right. I'm not the biggest fan of Cory Doctorow. I do like him, and he makes a lot of really good points. It's just this sort of style and the delivery that I kind of sometimes is a bit of a barrier to me. Although he's very what do you call it? Fluent in his talking, of course. Anyway, he makes a good point. That is exactly what happens, and it seems like people have figured out that that's really the only way to run a company these days. You have to have massive growth at the beginning, and the only way to do that is promise free stuff. And then at some point, you have the reality of business sets in, and you're losing tons of money, and you actually have to start making money. And it's either an exit to some other bigger company, which is doing that same shitty stuff already, or start doing the same shitty stuff. It's a scaling issue, right?
Yep.
You can't keep giving stuff for free and having a good ethos and keep growing and making money unless you're doing something smaller.
Yeah, I think. Go ahead, John.
No, that was me saying.
Oh, sorry.
Because of the comment.
The disintermediation point is also interesting because we talked a couple months ago about the nature of search engines, because when the internet started, it was a bunch of individual sites with people collecting links and linking out to other sites. And the point of a search engine was so that you could find content across this vast network. But now all content exists on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Like, that's where you find everything.
Someone was pointing. Do you know Linktree? Yeah, so it's a site linktree.ee, and basically it's a really basic thing where you basically it's basic. You just have a links to your like Instagram profile, Facebook
it's just
page,
a personal
LinkedIn.
Aggregator for links.
Yeah, basically. Jesus Christ. Yeah. And someone said this exists because Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn decided that real links don't exist, and that's true. As soon as you get onto one of those platforms, it's so difficult to get out of them. They try and keep you in. Even like LinkedIn reformats all of its links to link.in or something like that. And they want you to stay there. And it sucks. It's like, if you're not paying the other products, that's such a truism. It's always been true. But
the answer to that, right? The answer to that, if we use Netflix or any of the streaming services as examples, you're paying and you're still the product. So they get to now do both, right? Look at Discord, same problem. Even if when you're paying for like Nitro and stuff. Yeah.
And we just saw with, who did we talk about last week, that they were offering a paid ad version? Who was that? Was that
Netflix?
One of the streaming services? I don't think it was Netflix.
Apple? No, no, I don't remember.
I don't remember who it was. I just signed up for Disney and Hulu, and they do the same thing. Yeah, it was Amazon Prime. That's right. But I signed up for Hulu and Disney on their bundle, and they do the same thing. You can buy their basic ad-supported plan that you pay for, or you can upgrade to the premium plan that has no ads. So they're definitely getting you on both sides. Okay, the preconditions of enshittification.
But when three criteria are satisfying, enshittification always ensues. The first is a general lack of competition. 40 years ago, the Carter administration started pulling Jenga blocks out of American antitrust enforcement. Then Reagan started pulling them out by the fistful. And every administration since, but not including the Biden administration, has continued.
He doesn't elaborate on that, what he means by not including the Biden administration, and I didn't really go look it up. But if anybody has information on that, let me know.
To nerf antitrust, making it progressively weaker.
What was that, John?
My guess is that what he wants to say is that nobody put the blocks back, maybe besides the Biden administration.
Yeah, I don't know. If that's true, it's not clear to me exactly what he's referring to. Yeah. How Peter shared some opinions on Corey also, but we agree with his point that he's making, at least here. All right, preconditions of enshittification.
Until every industry, not just tech, is dominated by a tiny handful of companies. Whether we're talking about pharma, health insurance, appliances, athletic shoes, books, booze, drugstores, office supplies, eyeglasses, vitamin C, bottle caps, airlines, railroads, rental cars, mattresses, champagne, candy, and professional wrestling. These companies grew by doing things that were illegal until the 1980s, which is not coincidentally the time that we got the first PCs. PCs, right. The internet, and antitrust drawdown, all those phenomena occurred at the same time. Tech is the first industry in a century to be born even as antitrust was getting weaker. Now,
all right.
I mean, yeah, he's got a point.
You just described capitalism, right? The fight to the top, the fight to the monopoly. Like, yes, antitrust is like what people...
Sorry, another Jay's just pointing out something, a point I was going to make, or talk about, actually, which was that the only disinterested people, the only people who aren't trying to make money out of these kind of things is the government, right? Or they're not disinterested. They have their own interest in, controlling what people do. But it does seem like John's going to laugh, and Mike will love this. The EU could perhaps potentially come up with a...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, when I message my friend that I paid someone in cash, the fucking European Union's going to literally spit roast me.
But
because
they're not.
Yes, they literally are.
No.
Like, so many European Union countries like pursue financial crimes like it's none other, like it's a fucking, like I just committed capital murder.
The EU countries, not the EU itself.
Yes, exactly.
The individual countries.
And those countries are going to use this EU bullshit to spy on their fucking citizens. Classic.
Just don't think that's okay. Right, that's a whole. I should not have brought it up. It's definitely a whole other episode.
You should have known better than to fucking say that.
Oh God, we should have like an EU versus US cage fight. I think that's what we need to do. Although you can't bring any guns to it. That's
I'm an EU citizen, Peter.
I know, but you're a traitor to the country. You've gone ahead and
got
yourself a US resident.
Oh boy.
God bless America.
All right, keep going.
Another property, an irreducible feature that operates as the anti-network effect, which is low switching costs, which are driven by universality. Because we only know how to make one computer, right? The Turing-complete universal von Neumann machine that can run all the software we know how to write. We don't know how to make a computer that runs all the programs except for the one that makes your shareholders sad. We just know how to make that one. If that wasn't the case, we wouldn't see people showing up every year at cons like this going like, hey, guess what? I figured out how to write malware in PostScript, right? So that means that every software-driven product or service is liable to adversarial interoperability. That's when a hacker uses reverse engineering, scraping, and bots to plug something in that the OEM doesn't want plugged in. Remember that Facebook case study? When Facebook was telling MySpace users that they needed to escape Rupert Murdoch's evil, crapulent Australian social media panopticon, it didn't just say to those MySpacers, hey, fuck your friends, come to Facebook and just hang out looking at our cool new UI until they show up. Instead, it gave them a bot. You fed the bot your login credentials, and it would go to MySpace and pretend to be you, and it would scrape the things waiting in your inbox, and it would copy them into your Facebook inbox, and then you could reply to it and paste it back into your MySpace outbox.
Good luck doing that to get away from Facebook.
Ah, man, the guy's delivery is like...
I'm so with you. Like, people who talk like that, like, why did he say OEM? Why couldn't you have just called them manufacturers? Like, next you're going to call fucking CPUs PCs and or PCs CPUs. Like
it was a talk for the DEF CON audience, I think.
Like a forced. You don't need to say that. They all know what the fuck you're talking about.
I think
like,
even the term "shitification" is like, you're just trying a bit hard to. But for a lot of people, it's really good. And I remember when I used to love this kind of stuff when I was, 16 as well. So,
yeah.
Sorry, Corey Doctor. I hope you're not watching this. I know you're not, but
bet he's not.
Yeah, but they're not going to. Yeah.
Okay. So then he kind of gets into how to break it up. I don't know if I have any more clips, but the main thing he talks about is strengthening antitrust laws, which, yes, John, you're absolutely right. The end result of capitalism is monopoly every single time. That's the whole point.
With a worst case scenario of a duopoly, right?
Yeah. So break apart the social media part from the advertising part of a company. Don't let them collude with each other, so that the social media part of the company actually has.
Or listen.
Sorry?
I said, don't let them stop or collaborate or listen.
Is that a MC Hammer reference?
Maybe. I don't know. It's not going down very well.
Or is it MC Hammer? Or is that's Vanilla Ice. That's right.
Vanilla Ice. Okay.
Stop, collaborate, and listen. All right, I got you. Which I would love. And antitrust law across all industries really is something that we could use a lot more enforcement of. He talks about end worker misclassification due to the gig economy, super important. Comprehensive privacy laws, blah, 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 blah. I know.
That's all we fucking talk about.
Consumer protections. But then the big one is what he was mentioning there, adversarial interoperability. Allowing people to hack your systems, kind of disallowing these systems from being so completely closed.
I didn't really get his point about only knowing how to make one computer, and because we only know how to make that one computer, they're by default hackable kind of thing. They're going to end up hackable.
It was part of a longer segment, but I think what he's talking about is because the systems don't know how to talk to each other, they end up being walled gardens that you're trapped into.
Right.
It's like if you want everybody to migrate from Windows to Linux, you kind of can't do that without providing the porting tools and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I don't think that's not the problem as I see it. It's the problem is that you start off something simple that has one specific purpose, and then more and more features get added onto it, and it ends up like this. It's not that we started out deciding that we're going to make it this complex system.
Vendor locking nightmare.
It just it's a sort of natural consequence of people wanting to make things more flexible, I suppose, rather than just I don't think we started off like this.
So how much of that has to do with the monopoly aspect of it? So like you could say Facebook as a platform that's just strictly the social media part of it. Yes, they want to add features that facilitate sharing and engagements and all those things. Does that aspect of it inherently lock you in?
Yeah, I suppose they want to be as much of a walled garden as they can get away with. They don't want people to move away, and the only reason they ever add any features which allow people to kind of interact with the rest of the internet is because other people have done that, and people will switch away from their platform if they don't add those features as well.
Yeah.
So it's a tight balancing act of like, okay, we're going to do the very minimum. It's like regulatory compliance. They'll do enough not to be behaving illegally, but no more unless it looks good.
Yeah.
Everything is in the interests of making money at the end of the day, and I don't know. But to go back to the question of a government-run social media platform, the problem with that isn't going to be the fact that I don't know whether they're going to be monitoring your messages or not. It's going to be the most boring social media platform ever that's going to be designed by a committee of, I don't know, tripartisan, multicultural, multilingual. It'll take forever and it'll be rubbish. Is the problem? Not that people are going to be monitoring it. So the thing about capitalism is that it does create products that people want to use, because there's a financial incentive, right? People want to use Facebook.
Yeah.
And
I just wish if there was a way to make the incentive for the benefit of the people, not just the benefit of the shareholders.
So there's this thing, I've mentioned this a bunch of times about my friend James, who he's a consultant, he does web development. I don't know what he does these days, actually. I haven't caught up with him in a while. But in his contracts with the people he was doing work for, he used to include a clause that says that they have to care about him and he has to care about them, about their well-being. And that's basically it. Like, it's not a financial contractual clause. It's not anything to do with anti-competition or legal requirements or anything like that. It's just they have to care about each other. And I think this is a wonderful thing to include in a contract. I don't think it is very easy to legally enforce, and I don't think it would ever really come to that. But it would. It's the fact that it's there in the first place, I think, is significant because it kind of makes it a point. And that I think that a lot of things in contracts aren't like evidence-based. When you say that you're going to make a good product that satisfies their needs, you would have to go to lawyers and a court to be able to say whether that's true or not, whether you've actually done what's needed. So if you're trying to prove whether you actually care about someone or not, you'd have the same problem, kind of thing.
Yeah. So this is our heaviest episode of the week. We did predictions. We did some good news. Tomorrow we're going to do some TikTok reaction videos. If you enjoyed this one, you'll love the other ones. So like and subscribe to the show. Come and join us on Discord. We've got an amazing community. We're starting to do more of our recording sessions live, like we're doing right now. We're actually doing a YouTube live stream here on New Year's Day to record these sessions. And this has actually been a lot of fun. I think we may end up keep doing this. So we hope to see you out here.
I want that in my contract. You guys have to care about me for the podcast. I want it legally enforceable. I want it if I feel like you don't care about it.
So anyway, moving on.
Right.
Happy New Bears.
Happy New Bears. Do you want to like take a little breather? I can take you guys on the go with me. Stretch my legs.
We got one more thing to do, and then that's it.
Yep.
And you want to go for a little walk?
Oh well, I mean,
you want me and Peter to just faffle on a bit?
Well, there's people who are watching the stream. There are actually a couple. There's like 9 concurrent viewers. So
well,
I don't know
if one.
Okay, all right. Hang on, let me go and do it as well, and we can. Oh dear.
How long do you need, John? Do what you got to do.
Like 3 minutes.
All right, we'll be here.
I'll take you with me.
Mute yourself if you're going into the bathroom.
I'm not gonna. Don't worry, I wouldn't do that.
View botting now. What's view botting? Is that like pumping up our numbers by watching our own stream?
Watching our own, yeah. Because I have chat open. I'm a view bot. I'm not I'm breaking the system.
Yeah, I have it open just to make sure that the stream doesn't actually shut down while we're in the middle of going. I like another Jay's suggestion here. I would be tempted to go get myself a little Moscow Mule. But I don't. It would be deeply unprofessional to just leave in the middle of a show to go take care of something personal like that. I think. I mean, that's just kind of my sense.
Actually, it's very live stream. Like you just kind of take a break.
Mm-hmm,
yeah, but not after like just I don't know 20 minutes or something.
It's been an hour. It's been an hour.
Okay. If we were doing an actual live stream and not trying to record the middle of,
And the good thing is that I have you two to cover for me while I go.
Yeah, that's the best part. I agree with John.
I'm genuinely quite depressed about the 2024. Not depressed, that's the wrong word. I shouldn't use that. That's a bit extreme. But like just apathetic, I suppose, about like the next year. I don't have a lot of hope. It genuinely that the looking for good news did kind of get me down a bit.
Wow.
Yeah. Every story seemed to be a correction of something shitty that was in place. And it just made me think, oh, how many other shit things are there?
I mean, corrections are still good though.
Where's the happy guy wins the lottery, or I don't know, person who was nice to everybody gets a huge bonus, finds a treasure or something. I don't know. It's something. Where's Cold Fusion? Where's the human clones? Where's the?
You think human clones are good news?
Huge lottery winning.
I know, that's fair. Yeah, maybe not. I would clone myself though. I was talking about this with someone the other day, and we're talking about like AI. And would you upload yourself to the Matrix?
Yes.
Or have a human clone?
You don't even have to finish the question. John says yes.
Sorry, my bad. Sorry.
Sorry. Would you continue if you could have a human clone and like a sleeve, like a la?
Yeah. Oh my god, Altered Carbon. Yes.
Altered Carbon. Would you transfer to a new sleeve, or would you upload yourself to the hive mind? Which one would you pick?
Can we define the hive mind a little bit more before I make a decision?
Yeah. Okay. Let's call it can be like a computer, like a digital version of yourself.
Yeah.
And you can retain your individuality if you so choose. Or you can contribute to the greater good. Let's say you have a certain amount of processing power that you can. Yeah.
Upload, send, links, upload.
Okay. So no meat sleeves.
Can you tell the difference, Peter?
Yeah.
How?
Oh, very funny. Yeah. Fuck you.
What?
If it was a simulation, would it make any difference? Good question.
No, but
Mike.
like,
really
let's say it feels like real life, but like it's enhanced, right? Like you can fly.
But if you could fly, wouldn't that just become the norm? And then you'd be like, I wonder what it would be like if I could teleport. And then if you could teleport, it'd be like,
because
what if I could like?
Okay, you know how? Okay,
like the
you know
MCU
when you do
problem.
something really cool, right?
Yeah.
It's still cool after the 1000th time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think like I'm gonna not walk anymore because that's what walking is lame. I'm just done with it.
No, that's a good example, because if we couldn't walk, then we'd be like, oh my god, wouldn't it be awesome if we could live in a world where we could walk? But it's not like things
I'll tell you why,
Peter.
I'll tell you why.
Birds.
Because we've been blessed with Peter, because we don't know what it's like to fly. That's why it would be so cool. Like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm flying right now, you know?
Yeah. Only because we couldn't fly before.
Yeah. I was having this discussion with my friend, actually, how I wish I was born 100 years from now because of all the cool stuff that's going to be happening. But he was like, well, you wouldn't really think it's cool because you were born into it.
Right. This is what I'm saying.
I don't know. I think it's pretty cool what we are born into right now.
All right, Mike.
I felt like you. Oh, you're so young and naive, Mike. Oh, I was like you a year ago. Full of hope and optimism.
When I watch historical documentaries like Game of Thrones and imagine what it could have been like to be born and live in a situation like that, where you could just be like put in someone's dungeon and tortured and there was literally nothing you could do about it. That seems like a terrible way to live. And I'm glad we don't have that now.
Yeah. Well.
And my favorite comment of the day is here from I Am Pie Test. I 100% agree with Mike. We are going to leave it at that. Okay, let's record our last segment. Let me
maybe that's it. Maybe I've just started taking everything for granted.
All right. So I've got a bunch of TikTok videos for us to react to. Oh, I never stopped the recording from before. So we're just going to record all the way through. I'll just clip it. Actually, I'm going to stop it and start over again so that I have the end point. I stopped it.
But with trade-off, spiders can also fly and are the size of tigers. That's a tough one. I think I'd take it.
No,
take it.
not a chance.
I mean,
Not
there
a
are pretty good
chance.
spiders already. As long as all the spigers are in Australia and Florida, then that's it. Just keep them in where the
Peter. Yeah. No, Hal's absolutely right. There are too many spiders to take that trade-off.
Yeah, that's true. Are we talking about like all spiders? Because there are a lot of spiders.
Yeah. Too many spiders for that to be a fair deal. Okay, so we are going to do our TikTok reaction videos.
The best part of every show.
Collecting. All right, here we go. My favorite day of the week. Peter, do you want to step on my lines again?
Sorry, Dad.
Go ahead. Get it out of your system.
Daddy's angry. Podcast Daddy's not.
All right, we're gonna watch TikTok. Peter, you're gonna watch TikTok videos and you're gonna like it. And I don't want to hear another word about it. I do love researching these episodes. I have started using our official NSCU TikTok account, which is now filled with conspiracy videos from top to bottom. So if anybody ever wants to check that out, good luck.
What's the username?
No, it's not so critical up something.
Okay.
Look, another Jay. Keep your serious points to yourself for this time. For now, we don't. No downers. TikTok is the best social media platform. We everybody. No one should be allowed. Nope. Look, Hal, not having it. Not having it.
Well,
okay.
I think Mike counts as two 25-year-olds. How about that?
Whoa, damn. Wow, Peter. Okay.
Yeah, you're just watching it with twice as hard.
Wow. Okay, so here we go. These are I've got a couple themes here. We were asked to look at some Birds Aren't Real videos, so we'll do that. This first one's just a little bit for fun. On TikTok, proof of reptilian shapeshifters. It's funny to watch what's going on with this guy's face. I think he's
What's going on? What is this?
He's so high.
I don't.
I'm telling you,
the guy's name.
Taken some serious drugs.
The guy's name is Callie Sauerland, and he's a British or German boxing commentator, and he was in a press conference, and nobody knows. People are saying, like John said, he's high, he was shitting himself, he was whatever. It was a pretty funny video just to see that in isolation, though. So I thought that was just a fun one. Oh, yeah, ancient discovery about Egyptians from the Bible. Okay, so birds aren't real.
All right.
Birds are just government robots, and I can prove it. So hear me out on this. There's an organization out there called Birds Aren't Real. They believe that all birds are secretly robots controlled by the government with the single objective to spy on all of us. To put it in their own words,
it's spies! All right, what was it? It's spies! I genuinely, have you heard of the cult of, no, not the cult, the religion, the Pastafarians? That's it.
The flying spaghetti monster, yeah.
The flying spaghetti monster, yeah. So this is these guys. I'm sorry for taking this seriously because I feel like it's just one big joke. But like, that's this, right? It's just another version of that.
What do you mean, Peter?
Because the thing is,
do you mean to say that the flying spaghetti monster is not real? Or that birds are real?
No, I'm saying that they're like the flat earthers are real. Are they real? I don't know. I think they are. I'm really confused now because I don't know if they are being serious now. Are the flat earthers being serious? They are, right?
I think they are. I think they are.
Right. Okay.
All right.
So
let's.
then it's really not a big jump from that to the birds aren't real.
Let's come back to this. Let's come back to this conversation because you're about to see some fairly compelling evidence.
It's spies! Yeah! Woo! And before you say it, I know what you're thinking.
Birds are just feathery animals that poop on your car or steal your food at the beach. They're not robots.
Oh yeah? Well, how do you explain this?
Who's my sweet chubby angel?
See? It's like that bird from The Incredibles. It's pretty well known that BIRD stands for Bureaucratic Investigative Robotic Drones. And we just caught this bird being a
What, Peter?
What would be
robot.
The worst if it was like a big double bluff by like the CIA or something, and they were like seeding the world with robotic birds.
Peter,
Kind of,
are you not
bird
listening?
being a robot.
We're here.
But just some of
In
them, not all of
4K.
them.
Now, I'm not saying you should believe everything you see on the internet, but you should definitely tune in if you
All
hear
right.
someone say,
Oh, we're not gonna watch another one. All right. How many of these?
22.
Yes, obviously. So we'll watch this one, and then we'll have the conversation about these people. Yeah.
Proof that birds aren't real part 22.
I went to an aviary with my family once, and I saw the sign that said that penguins are built to swim. And at first I kind of looked at that, but then I did a double take and I realized, oh my gosh, they have it written here clear as day. Penguins are not born to swim. Penguins are built to swim. What other things can you build? Robots.
Robots are built not to make mistakes.
Nope.
Humans are not robots, and we do make mistakes. We've all had tech that just goes haywire occasionally, and sometimes it's a coding issue. I know there were some issues with facial recognition recently as that's been brought around. This bird here is trying to use facial recognition on this even less real bird. And as it tries to transfer technology here, you can see with the little tongue like that, it doesn't work. And the bird doesn't know what to do because you know why? Because it doesn't have a brain, because it's a robot.
You know, imagine
it's a robot.
Have an RC car, right? And you rev it really quickly and you put it right on the ground, it zooms right off. Try doing that with an animal. Imagine a sloth, for example. You put that on the ground, it's not going to zoom away. This is clearly an example of technology at work, not an animal. No animal would do this unless it had technology built inside of it.
Yeah. All excellent points. Excellent points.
It's so sad. This is life imitates the onion, is what it is, I think. I mean, it's not, because it is actually kind of like the onion. They are joking. Thank you for confirming that, Another Jay. It does genuinely confuse me.
So Pastafarianism, I believe, did also start as kind of a protest for the like religious faith exception arguments, stuff like that. Kind of a satire of a religion. Flat Earth, I don't know how Flat Earth started. I suspect there was an element of that also. This one explicitly was kind of a protest joke. The kid ended up on TV and asked what he was protesting and just kind of came up with this on the fly, I think. It's kind of an interesting story. And it's always been very tongue-in-cheek. And so it was actually hard to find somebody who really seemed like, yes, I totally believe this. But I'm still like, this is the guy that came the closest.
I actually think birds aren't real. I'm pretty sure they're drones. I think they charge on power lines. Like, you would never touch a power line, right? I personally have never seen a baby pigeon because I don't think there are baby pigeons. I think there's just, they don't grow. I don't think birds migrate. I think that they take them away and they bring in the next model kind of a thing. That's the truth. You're in the city, right? And you see all these houses, right, where people live. You see just as many birds as you see people, but you don't see a single nest. What's up with that? The scary thing about the theory is, like, obviously seagulls, they have beach patrol, right? They're watching the beaches. The pigeons watch the cities. Owls are for night surveillance. But then we have other birds that we have no idea what the government's using them for, like the flamingos. You know what I mean? What in the world would the government need with a flamingo or an owl or a penguin?
Experimental.
I think they're just after world surveillance.
Yeah.
Which I think is a message that Peter could get behind.
I think, well, surveillance, yeah, why not? We all need to be surveilled a bit more than we already are, because, never enough.
All right.
Yeah. The other two, by the way, that kind of messed me up when it comes to thinking about this kind of line between satire and reality, is what's the, oh god, I can remember one of them, which is Scientology, which is like people, QAnon and Scientology. So QAnon's a big thing, but it's so completely bullshit, right? It's all just I don't understand how anybody could believe it, but there definitely seem to be people who actually do. And then Scientology, which is a massive global, multi-billion-dollar corporation / religion type thing that has been accepted as a religion in lots of places, but is founded by a guy who was a science fiction writer and is founded on the tenets of aliens coming to Earth. So
L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah. It's, people who don't believe birds might actually be a thing.
There could be actual true believers here. All right, now this next batch, and this takes me down a rabbit hole. Boy, oh boy, we're going to talk about the pyramids of Egypt.
I've seen them. And
well, then you might have some experience with this.
But
first, we're going to start in the U.S.
Not too long ago, that said that there was a path in the Grand Canyon that will take you all the way to Africa. But now people are starting to add to this theory and take it even further. The added theory claims that the Americas, which is North and South America, is connected to or is ancient Egypt. But this was covered up to throw people off of biblical prophecy and historical events. While this theory sounds wild, I find it very interesting that in 1909, an article released called Explorations in the Grand Canyon that talks about finding Egyptian artifacts within it. There was also certain substances and materials from North and South America found in ancient Egyptian tombs next to mummies. The theory goes on to say that the Mississippi River is actually the ancient Egyptian Nile River, and that they put all of this in plain sight by building modern-day pyramids in places like Memphis and Vegas, and also by putting pyramids on the back of the dollar bill. Now, this theory could definitely be a stretch, but leave a like if you want me to talk a little more about this, and let me know what you think in the comments. There was a theory.
Yeah, all right. So the Bass Pro Shop is a modern pyramid, is it? Okay.
It's hiding in plain sight, Peter.
Yeah. Okay. This guy's not
all right. Well, just wait.
This whole. Okay, we got more coming up, have we?
Oh, we have a lot more coming. This is a conspiracy that goes deep.
There's something about the pyramids though, because I went to see them last year, about a year ago, and I think I told you guys this, that when I came back from my trip, I was staying in a beach resort 6 hours away from Cairo, and we took a trip on the bus to go to Cairo and see the pyramids. And on the bus, the tour guide was joking about how he tells some history about the pyramids and how they were made and everything, or how they were speculated to be made. And he joked about tourists who thought they were built by aliens. And at the time I was like, yeah, right. Yeah, God, aliens, right? And then when I got to be standing in front of the pyramids, looking at them, I genuinely thought to myself, oh, they've got a point, actually, because they are something else. They are unbelievably big. And to kind of imagine that humans built it just doesn't seem to make sense when you're standing in front of them.
Well, Peter, you're going to fit right in here.
Okay, come on then.
You would be, maybe you wouldn't be. One could be surprised to see just how often Joe Rogan clips pop up when you just search TikTok for conspiracy.
I'm not even a little surprised.
But
it's tiny.
Does have a point.
The Sphinx, which is obviously one of the most amazing structures of the ancient world, the Egyptians don't talk about it.
They don't talk
know
about
when
it.
It was built or why, and it's
They don't
just
know anything about
odd.
it.
Imagine talking about New York and never mentioning the Statue of Liberty in your literature.
small.
Like, it doesn't make sense.
Here's why it's interesting that you brought up the Sphinx, because
Here's why it's interesting.
temple of the Sphinx is the best evidence that it's older than people think it is. You see the walls on the outside?
Yeah.
Those lines are a clear sign of water erosion. You don't get that kind of erosion from sand and wind. Those type of fissures are only created from water, for thousands of years of rainfall. The last time there was rain in the Nile Valley was like 9,000 years ago. So it had to be thousands of years older than that. When they first found these fissures, they were like, there's no way, there's no evidence of any culture that existed that was sophisticated that long ago. Where's the culture? Where's the evidence? Well, now they have evidence.
The Sphinx.
Okay.
So water erosion is evidence of ancient cultures?
Yeah.
You heard it here.
It's a compelling argument.
No, it's not. No, it's not compelling at all. Yeah, I don't know. Have you been to see them? Has he been to see them? Because I would be surprised if he had.
Peter, how do you explain this?
Just running water. I don't know, some sort. Rain.
Yeah.
The man-made like excavation of the area around it. I don't know, but
the most obvious explanation I found, because I do end up researching some of these so that I don't get sucked down the rabbit hole. Turns out that while humans built the pyramids and the Sphinx, they didn't build all the rock under the earth that those things are built on.
Oh, I see. Right.
And so those things, those foundational things that were already there for thousands of years, yes, they were subject to water erosion 9,000 years ago, but that doesn't mean that humans built them. Like my house is made of rocks that are thousands of years old. That doesn't mean that my house is thousands of years old. I know that's confusing.
But also, could it have been aliens that built your house?
Oh,
do you
fuck.
think that maybe
That's a good point.
Maybe have you considered that possibility, Mike? That's all I'm saying.
Further evidence. I'm not talking about that. Nobody's ever said that my house was built by aliens. Why are we ignoring that possibility?
Exactly. I mean, has anybody ever proven that your house wasn't built by aliens?
Although
Stop.
Please,
both of you.
I could be getting ahead of myself by saying the obvious explanation is that the pyramids and the Sphinx were built on older foundations because, as this guy points out,
sight is what you see with your eyes, and vision is what you see with your mind. What if this has been right in front of our face all along? Does that look familiar to you? Looks like a pyramid to me. Out of all the writing in every single pyramid, there's not one piece of writing that talks about how the pyramids were actually
not one, Peter.
What if it's because the people who found the pyramid were at the top and that information's at the bottom? But we've seen this before because just like the Easter Island statues, they have full bodies. And it took us a very long time to actually figure this out. And on the back was writing that we never knew was there. We couldn't see it the whole time. So what if what happened here is the same thing that happened here? It's definitely something to think about.
Wow. Okay.
Definitely something to think about.
So is that true about the Easter Island heads?
I think it is. I've heard that before.
What? And nobody bothered checking to see if they went down a bit further than they were?
I don't know. I'll find some TikToks about that for next week.
Oh God, please don't.
Yeah, Hal, this is what we do. I have two more. Do you want to watch them? They're fun.
Sure.
All right.
Oh my God.
Let me see.
I would tell you what. Genuinely, I would love it if the pyramids were just the tip of some like needle that was buried underground. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, are there any movies where they sort of like take off?
Oh, that would be cool.
There must be.
Like the Washington Monument, which obviously has taken off like a rocket.
Does the Washington Monument go down another couple of miles?
It might. Nobody's ever asked. How do we know?
Nobody's ever bothered asking that question.
That far.
We don't know. Nobody knows where it came from.
Oh, it's exhausting, isn't it,
It's
John?
exhausting.
I'm with you. Yeah.
So I ordered these in escalating order of like craziness to my mind. Although that one was pretty hard to beat. But why? But why pyramids? Why are there pyramids?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. You still can't think that the Egyptian pyramids were actually just tombs.
Still
it's
can't
quite
think that.
obvious that our history books are wrong. And here's why. Number one, the Great Pyramids don't contain any of the things found in Egyptian tombs.
Yeah, here's why, Peter. There's no way. You can't still believe that, do you?
No mummies, artifacts, or sealed entrances. What are books labeled as tombs that were found near the pyramids were just these huge granite boxes, which have no trace of mummies and are obviously too large to fit a human. Number two, it's built with unique materials used to conduct power. For example, the so-called Queen's Chamber, which contains this, as well as carefully crafted copper wiring.
No. There's no copper
As you can
wiring.
see, it also contains instruction symbols drawn next to it, just like the batteries we use
That's
today.
warranty.
The tunnels inside the pyramid are also lined with granite, a conductor of piezoelectricity which allows for a large current of energy to flow through it. Not to mention the limestone, dolomite, and gold, all being some of the most electrically conductive materials on Earth. So you tell me if they were just tombs.
Yeah, they were just tombs. Okay, thanks. Move on. Oh, I like that photo. That photo. Jesus, there's not an actual photo. that picture.
Yeah. Another Jay mentioned Stargates. I actually have a buddy who was stationed at Cheyenne Mountain, which is where the Stargate is essentially.
Oh, really?
And shared that they do, in fact, have a door labeled SG-1. And I know what's behind that door, but I'm not allowed to say. All right, last one.
So we know that they had harnessed the power of electricity. The Great Pyramid itself is built on a base of magnetized crystal granite. Now, when the Nile used to run up close to the pyramid complex in ancient times, that water was channeled into these aquifers directly underneath the Great Pyramid. When you have running water moving underneath magnetized crystal granite, you create something called physiostatic electricity. The ions will then push up in through the granite, up into the chamber. Some of the water would push down into the Queen's chamber, which was an electrolysis device which extracted hydrogen atoms.
Oh, yeah.
The rest of the ions would get pushed up through the Grand Gallery, where there were resonating rods, and slots are still there for those rods to push it up into the King's chamber. The King's chamber is magnetized crystal granite, a gigantic block wall with a 2-to-1 ratio on the inside.
Yeah,
Is
cool
that it?
Mid-Journey pictures for sure.
Yeah, they were cool.
This takes off into a whole then this goes to Tesla. Nikola Tesla has like modeled his whatevers after the pyramids, and he got fully into this. This goes deep, guys. I think we're onto something here.
So this is the kind of person that is going to go on to found a religion, or religion.
Sign me up.
Yeah, what's it going to be called though? Piezostaticology or something like that.
Yeah.
So much to digest. I think we're going to need to come back to this one after we've done some research. It's so many.
Yeah, I'm going to start researching for next week. Now, somebody had mentioned earlier about that ancient Rome didn't exist, so I'm gonna look into that.
Rome,
yeah. Another Jay. Wait until you see the ancient Rome isn't real crowd. I am on it. Another Jay. This was a ton of fun.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna keep doing these live streams. Are we gonna do this again next week? Should we talk about this?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So we'll probably be back to our regular recording time on Sunday at around 3 p.m. Eastern, 2000 UTC, as I understand it. And man, these are my favorite episodes. I love it. We're going to keep doing them.
All right, you're going to stop the live stream too?
Let me stop the recording and then we can come back. All right, and we will stop recording. I didn't stop between the previous episodes, but I think I'm good. Let me just make sure that nothing crashed on me while we were doing it. It's pushing. Thanks for looking out for me, Peter.
Sorry, man. I'm sorry. All right,
guys.
Are we done?
We're still. The stream is on right now. We're gonna wrap it up. Thanks so much to everybody who joined. This was awesome. We had, a dozen people here watching the entire time. What time zone? So 3 p.m. Eastern time zone, and figure it out from there. We put it in Discord. It's 8 p.m. UTC. I'm pretty sure, and I think it's what time is it for you, John? Noon, 11 a.m.
It's 8 UK time.
PST, you mean?
Yeah. What's PST?
Like 12 PST. No.
8 GMT.
Yeah. All right. We're going to wrap up the show. Thanks, guys.